Hi, welcome to AFTV. I have Julian with me, and before we go into the game and our thoughts, look at the tops we're wearing. The good old days.
Yeah, it's the good old days. It's one of the few tops that my mother didn't buy for me.
Okay.
That I bought myself, and that's why it's too small.
It looks right.
Well, I'm breathing it in.
What year was this top? Because I don't think I was born when this was out.
I always find it difficult to remember the year, but I always think back of a famous goal that was scored in it, and the one that comes to mind is Ian Wright in the Charity Shield. Yeah. It was against Man United. So
that's like 1993?
Probably 93.
Yeah.
92, 93. I think Man United won the league, and we definitely won the cup.
Yeah.
Because we won both cups.
That was like I said, the good old days.
It was the good old days, but the good old days are still here.
They're still here with a 2-2 draw against
2-2 draw against Rangers. It was a great performance. Come on, it was good.
Okay, we're looking at positives here, but let me ask you this question. Obviously, I've asked everyone I spoke to today. Going to come with it to you. Should we be worried that we have not yet won in pre-season out of the first 2 games?
Okay, we should always be worried. As an Arsenal fan, I'm always worried unless we're 3-0 up with 10 minutes to go. I'm always worried. But if you want to go through that team, yes, we should be worried. But now is the time to worry because we've got time to sort it out.
Yeah, true, you're right.
And you can go through that team and we can all look at which players we need to change over. I mean, the first one, if you go from the back to the front, the first one's obviously the goalkeeper.
Okay, so you're not saying Okonkwo is not going to be the first choice. I don't expect him to be, but would you expect a new goalkeeper to come in, or Leno's going to come back and definitely be first choice?
Well, look, you'd hope Leno will come back, but you can't rely on one keeper.
Agreed.
I mean, we saw what happened a couple of seasons ago, and who did we have to come in? Martinez. Yeah. And who have we got to come in now?
We had Runnison, we got Okonkwo. You never know what's going to happen this season, but I hear what you're saying.
Look, he may end up being a great goalkeeper, but from what I've seen, I haven't seen a lot of him.
Fair.
He is not a great goalkeeper at the moment.
Okay, fair enough. What about the likes of Ben White coming in? Is that a good addition? Are you happy to see that? Do you think that will take us in the right stead for next season?
I was slightly concerned that we were spending that much money on a central defender that I didn't think we needed, but I've looked more at him. I've spoken to some Brighton fans, and I'm a lot more confident now. And now I do see the idea of getting him in.
Yeah, interesting.
Thinking behind it.
Yeah, interesting. Because I spoke to a lot of Leeds fans that have contacted me about Ben White and said, "Listen, you've got a gold mine here." But the Brighton fans have said quite a lot of good stuff. But it's more the Leeds fans. And I know you've been not an advocate of the Kroenkes, but you say they don't spend smartly. So when you said about the 50 million, do you think this could be risky business paying that much for someone who may not be the one? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, look, it's all risky. Once you start spending 50 million, there's a risk, and there's a massive risk. But the flip side to that is when you look at Liverpool, you know, what was the launch pad for them? It was Van Dijk. And at that time, Southampton, he was okay, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was all right.
Not the player that we saw him to be.
No, and he went for a lot more, and that was some seasons ago. And that, for me, was the difference of Liverpool being an okay team, getting into the top 4, to being Champions League winners and winning the Premiership. And that was the difference. So the flip side to spending 50 million on someone like Ben White could be the fact that we get to that level that we all want to be.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Julian. Now, let's look at the game. I just want to ask you quickly, any players that surprised you today in their performance? Anyone you was really happy with? We can talk about Nuno Tavares, but there was many other players that took my eye. What about you?
Okay, Tavares, absolutely. He was everything that I wanted him to be. I like the fact that when he scored the goal, it was with his right foot.
Yes.
I've read about that and the fact that he is two-footed, which means that actually from a commercial sense, he could cover both sides, both full-back sides. And that's great. That's smart business.
And we're going to need that. We're going to need that currently in this Arsenal squad. Same with Ben White, though. He can play in multiple positions. So I know we're going back to Ben White again, but he can play centre-back, right-back. He can play in the defensive midfield. Like, he's a variety player, shall we say.
Which makes it smart.
Yes.
You know, 50 million is a lot of money. But if you're covering, you've got 50 million, what have you got? You've got a central defender. What have you also got? You've got a defensive midfielder. It's kind of 2 for the price of 1.
True.
I like 2 for the price of 1.
I'm sure you do, Julian. Quickly, going forward, obviously we're going to play Inter Milan when they go abroad in the next game. How are you feeling towards that game for the boys? Do you think the mistakes will get ironed out and you're confident, or are you thinking, do you know what, I'm still a bit worried for what I saw today?
Okay, looking at the games to come in America, for me, they're all about commercial. And I get why we're doing that. This games to me, Hibs and Rangers, were exactly what I was used to. These are the sort of games that get us ready for 13th of August.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I think that, you know, there'll be a bit of a run out in America, but that's not about football. That's not about football. That is about extending the brand into the US. And I get that, which will then give us a launch pad to hopefully get more money and then go out and buy more players and become better. Perfect. So it's different. It's a different idea of a game. So from a football perspective, I think it makes far less difference.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Julian. Led.